I'm going to take you through the biggest trends that are going to dominate the rest of 2021 around the world. So what we're going to be looking at is loaded up layers, curtain bangs, and the super sleek glossy blowout. They're three things that we're going to be looking forward to doing when we get back into the salon, and I'm going to take you through it, and I'm going to pop up some images on screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. Let's get into the biggest trends that are going to dominate 2021 here in the salons. So we've heard of a breakup cut, but multiply that angst for a new beginning globally and you have the post-pandemic cut. In Celebville, expect some drastic, experimental and liberating styles to spring from Hollywood as the world opens back up. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing what the celebs are going to be doing with their hair, but I'm also looking forward to getting back in the salon and recreating some fantastic looks on you guys. So I'm here bringing you this video to inspire all you hairdressers and all you clients, everybody out there who's wanting to find a new style for 2021. As for ourselves, the bold amongst us will be serving some very statement strands, while the rest of us opt for a subtler but deliberate change to help us feel refreshed. Now those pictures there were just some images of what I think is going to be some big trends, some really sort of subtle looks, but some things that we can really pull off and wear day to day, whether you're office job, whether you're working from home, when the gyms reopen, when the bars reopen, we can wear these looks with ease. So here are the most incredible haircuts for 2021 to look out for. So let's get into it. Look at these pictures, screenshot it. But first, before we get right into it, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. It all helps me so much. And let's get into the first look, which is the curtain bangs. A big favourite of mine. I've just done a haircut how-to video previous to this, which is me putting in some curtain bangs. So if you want to check out how to put them in, watch that video. This video is going to show you the best looks of curtain bangs that I've found on the internet. So I'm predicting that curtain bangs will still be going very strong, as there's still plenty of people catching up on them. They're versatile enough to be worn straight across your brows or split down the middle and swept to either side. They're one of the easiest fringe styles to wear, and slightly longer lengths at the sides help to highlight cheekbones. They require the lowest amount of maintenance, as they slowly turn into nice framing that look good through the stages. So I hope you like those pictures there of some really cool looks. So like I was saying about how they're really low maintenance, fingers crossed we don't have to go into another lockdown and you don't have to let this grow out. You can maintain it with your hairdresser. And most salons, top tip here, most salons will refresh your bangs and your fringes for free. They will do a free fringe trim or a free bang trim. So when you're getting these fringes put in, ask your stylist, how do I maintain it? What if it starts to grow? What do I do? Can I come back? Most hairdressers will say 100% come back in complimentary and we'll just trim that up for you. One thing I did find with the lockdown and when I was coming back into the salon with the social distancing measures, the capacity measures, was we used to just let people walk in, would say 5 minutes, give me 5 minutes and I'll be right with you. Whereas now whereas when we were open, we were telling people just to give us a quick call. If they were in town, give us a quick call, let us know how long they'll be, and we'll try and sort of fit them in where we can, coping with the capacity measures. But yeah, curtain bangs are something you want to be wearing for 2021. Super cool, uber cool, just face framing, get some colour in there as well. I'll do the next video after this all about the colour trends for 2021, but you seem to love the haircuts. So in general, fringes in all these forms will be popular. We will see more people playing around with the fringes and bangs of some sort. Baby bangs, curtain bangs. The best low maintenance cut will always be a mid to long haircut with a variation in bangs. These are haircuts that can be worn and grown without too much attention, and they still look super strong. So when it comes to my clients and putting in fringes and wearing like the longer lengths, and if they haven't got any colour, I have to put that in there, if they haven't got any colour. So I'll see them probably every 10 to 12 weeks haircut wise. Whereas normally if someone's got a really definitive, defined, precise haircut, it'll be anything between 4 and 8 weeks, preferably 6 weeks to keep your style looking great. So one of my favourite looks, techniques, cutting styles that I'm doing at the minute is loaded up layers. And loaded up layers, just let that hit your minds and imagine what loaded up layers looks like. So you can imagine when you load something up, there's more and more of it, and that's what we're doing with layers. You've got to have a good density of hair to pull off the loaded up layers, but you just want loads of layers. So we're not thinking of the shag when we're thinking of loaded up layers, like the shag and the mullet and everything. They've got their place, they've got their trend right now. But loaded up layers is a play on that. We're adding more layers without having to have that shagginess to it. It works great with curly hair. I'll put some pictures in again while I'm talking you through the look. But we're thinking about just having that density and maybe a bit more of like a spherical look. So we're just adding height, we're adding width, and we're just adding loads and loads of hair and layers to play with. So whatever your hair length, one of the biggest trends for 2021 will be choppier layers and plenty of them. Adding a few shorter face framing pieces, almost going for a grown out look bang look. It's especially good for adding extra dimension to longer and mid-length hair. The way you can toss your hair up and have some falling down, some around the sides, also some shorter layers throughout, allowing you to create tons of volume. So this is something that I love to create as well when we're looking at layers, is volume. And not so much volume in height, but volume in here, because I think when you go too high, it can look a little bit old-fashioned. I think if you look more for volume around the sides now, it gives it a much fresher and more modern look. So that's one thing when we're looking at curls, and a lot of people, when they DM or they email or they call up the salon, they always say, oh, have you got a curly hair specialist? And I get where people are coming from with curly hair. I've experienced it in the past where people have come in and they've been left triangular with their haircut. And that's probably the worst thing that curly girls really want. They don't want to look like a triangle or a Dorito. They want to look shapeful. They want something there. And it's something I really invested time in about, 5-6 years ago, was looking at how to really work with curly hair. And different layering techniques, different graduation techniques, different ways of sectioning to be able to map out where you're going to be cutting. All these things help you as a hairdresser, but also as a client. If you're a client watching this video, or a potential curly girl wanting some loaded up layers, go into your hairdresser and don't necessarily request someone who specialises in curly hair, because from personal experience with my team, I've had some of my guys that are just incredible at putting in shape into hair. Looking at somebody individually and just looking and being like, this is what is really going to work. So the best thing to do is to phone up the salon and say, could I have a consultation with either a senior stylist or someone who enjoys cutting curly hair or enjoys layering hair. I think that's quite a nice way to put it when you're attempting to approach a salon. From personal experience, that would be my way of doing it, but 100% would be to book a consultation in, to get the relationship with your hairdresser, to make them understand it as much as them make you understand, because also a lot of things, like I was saying about density in hair, if you've got curly hair but it's quite fine in density, loaded up layers isn't really going to work, but there will be something that works for you. So another big trend that I've seen creeping in is Xxl hair. What's that? Extra long hair. And people are going for extensions more, they're wanting to grow it more. The lockdown has made people want to grow their hair, or just embrace it, embrace having longer hair. So this Xxl hair is coming in. Jennifer Lopez, I think she debuted it a few months ago, and I'll put the pictures in. She had this mermaid hair, and I think it's every girl's dream, if not at one point in their life, to have this incredibly long hair. So let's talk about Xxl hair. Since so many of us fancy a change, we're going for the opposite of what we have. While some of us opt for a chop, others are embracing the unexpected length they've gained from spaced out appointments with their hairstylist. I've personally seen clients growing their hair out dramatically since they've already grown their hair quite long during these quarantines and lockdowns. So bobs have become lobs, lobs have become long, and long hair has reached XXL status. To really push the limits, fantasy Rapunzel hair has emerged, with celebs like J-Lo and Kim K rocking hip-length hair. So I'm not saying it's practical. In no way is Xxl hair practical every single day, but it's definitely something. If your hair's long and you're growing it long, it's something to embrace right now. We're not going out, we're working from home, and if you want something a little bit different to what everyone else has got, just try Xxl hair. It looks super cool. Get some waves in it. Just get it scrunched. A little bit sort of bed hair, but because you've got the length, it's all going to grow down and it's just going to look really sort of textured and fantasy. So another trend is the boyfriend bob. In news that will shock no one, bobs are going nowhere. They are a smash hit of 2019, 2020, although grown out of necessity. And they're still headlining 2021 too. I predict bobs will be the most popular trend for 2021. Whether it's shoulder length bob or a blunt cut, bobs are definitely on the rise again. When most people say new year, new me, they're normally visualising some kind of hair change. A bob absolutely fits that bill. As for the styles, I'm putting my money behind the blunt bob all the way. They're chic, they're timeless, and they take years off of you. So the boyfriend bob is, yeah, like I was just saying, it can be tousled, it can be smooth. It's something that's just really wearable, one length that's just there, just timeless, just effortless. Wake up in the morning, don't even have to do anything with it if you don't want to. Or you can scrunch some mousse in, you can flat iron it, get some curl in there, or just really ruffle it up and out you go. Another trend, and I think this is very, very influenced by lockdown, is natural, sexy, shaggier hair. And the reason I'm saying because of lockdown is because we have to admit it, we're not doing much, are we? We're not doing much of our appearance. We're just waking up and tying your hair up, or just letting it be quite natural. But the sexier, the more textured hair is, just looks super cool. So if you've ditched heated tools in favour of letting your hair do its thing, you're already on trend. More people have been embracing their natural textures, so we will definitely see more curls and natural waves having their moment. People are still styling their hair, but just differently. I've seen more of the 90s influenced hair softly and more experimentally. People are playing with creating faux textures, either by braiding their hair or just using tactical heat styling, such as using a curling wand with 1 or 2 barrels to create tons of texture. 3 styles I've singled out for the beautiful texture are long with shaggy bangs, big curly manes and short, and sassy air dried bob with lots of texture. Just think of the French bob. Last but not least is the sleek and glossy blowout. So as much as we've enjoyed the laid back texture, there's also an opposite side to what we're thinking with trends as well. So yes, sexy, shaggy, textured hair is definitely bang on trend. But then there's those people who don't really want it or don't really suit that. They want something a little bit more contemporary. And this is where the super sleek glossy blow dry comes in. So just grab your hairdryer, grab a brush, get some oil, heat protector, and a blowout cream. Work it through your hair, blow dry it, and get your straightening irons out and make it poker straight, looking really glossy. Get a shine spray on there, just wear your hair super glossy. I think right now people want a cut that feels like low effort, which air dried styles, easy lobs and grown out fringes cater for perfectly. But I expect, looking ahead to later next year, we will see a return to glamour. Perhaps even a nod to the 20s style. People will want to dress up again when we get out of this lockdown. This has to be a year for leisure wear, and we will miss the feeling of getting dressed up. So I expect we will start to see a return to long, glossy, blow-dried locks once the climate settles. So don't throw out your hot tools just yet. So there's the trends I'm predicting so far. We're looking right now, and then with the glossy blowouts, with the more glamour sort of looks, we're going to be thinking, once this lockdown's all over, we're going to be getting out again, we're going to be dressing up, we're going to be hitting the restaurants and bars. I mean, personally, I can't wait. I can't wait to get out of the house and go out, have a drink and some food, talk to people. Someone actually put a good meme up the other day, and it was a picture, and it was like all mottled and discoloured with a filter. And at the top it said, a look back in history, people dining out in 2019. And it's like, wow. It seems so long ago, but it's all coming back. So, right now, wear your hair really textured, really sexy, really sassy, and then as we get gradually to the end of the year, we're going to be thinking more glamour, more smoothness. You've got that glamour wave. They're going to be the biggest trends for this year. So thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below. Let me know what your favourite look is from the video. and what you're thinking of as soon as your salon opens. What are you thinking heading to your salon and getting for your post-lockdown style? It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care everyone, see you very soon.